something a little different today. As you can see, we're actually moving. And no, Judy's not doing that just with her mind. We're actually driving down the road.
I'm driving, so I'm not going to do too much talking.
No, she has to keep her mind on the road and everything. We got unloaded this morning, and then we went and picked up our next load. We are headed south to one in North Carolina, and then we actually have a short load tomorrow. And so, yeah, it's been a good week so far. We are actually in New York, and we're driving around Interstate 287. We're going to be crossing the Tapan Zee Bridge in just a little bit, or at least what they used to call the Tappan Zee Bridge. It's the new bridge now, but we still call it the Tappan Zee. So this is sort of how we usually go around New York City. We used to go down and go across the George Washington Bridge, but that can just be crazy at times. And so a couple years ago, we started coming this way. It's a little bit further, but it works out a little bit better. So I'm going to switch the camera around to the front and let you see what we're seeing. So there you go. And I'll try to keep the camera on and as steady as I can, but these roads are really, really rough. So hopefully not too much of the bouncing comes through. I don't want to get everybody seasick.
Yeah, like I get anyway, just driving on these roads sometimes.
Yeah.
Hopefully the truck doesn't get sick by driving down these roads.
You definitely don't want the truck to be sick. That would be bad. Nothing worse than a sick truck. So
tires and all that wonderful stuff.
Yeah. I'm really surprised sometimes anybody of these trucks make it out of here without having too much damage done. So anyway, this is Interstate 287. It's sort of like the bypass that runs around New York City, but we'll cross over out of New York into New Jersey, and we'll run down 287. And probably eventually pick up Interstate 78 or Interstate 95. It just depends on how the traffic is. We usually try to come this way to avoid the chaos that happens at the George Washington Bridge. That bridge is the busiest bridge in the world, so I've been told.
And it's only got 3 lanes on it, too.
Three lanes in places, 4 in some others, and it can be chaos at times. So we started coming this way a few years ago. And
as you can see in New York, the exits say passenger cars only.
Yes.
That means there's probably bridges and places there that no truck would want to go under.
Well, definitely. Yeah, there's a saying here in New York City, and it says, don't drive on, the trucks are not allowed on the parkways. They can be on the freeways, but you can't be on the parkways. There's a lot of low bridges. They were built, I guess, sometime back in the 30s, and they just weren't made for, modern vehicles. A lot of low bridges, and I guess they just try to keep the cars, they don't want us trucks around too much, so.
But also the snow signs or the bridge signs around here are a little different too. With the different colors, I think, was it yellow you add, or you can.
Yeah, the first time we ever came to New York City, we saw a sign that said low clearance. All trucks 12'8" must exit freeway. Well, it was about 2 o'clock in the morning, and we got off the interstate. And then we noticed we were the only truck that got off the interstate. So,
that says all trucks exit here.
So, our truck is 13.6, and so, we didn't want to run into a bridge or anything, but we found out later that New York City adds like inches to their clearances. So they say it's there to account for the buildup of snow. I just think they like to mess with us, and so anyway, you'll see signs that are like 12'8", but they may actually be 13.6. And apparently the signs that are orange in color, we think, are the ones that are mislabeled. But if you see one that's on a white sign, you pretty much better pay attention to it.
That's
I guess.
A regular city sign or whatever.
Ready city sign. So pretty neat looking little areas we're driving through here.
Yeah, one thing you won't see is the city.
Right.
Have the whatever.
Yeah,
cityscape of New York City.
Yeah, we're not going to go through the city. We're actually, I think, 21 miles to the north of downtown New York. And as you can see, the traffic is, it's not too bad. What time is it, Judy?
It is 3:45.
3:45 on a Thursday afternoon. And traffic's not really too bad.
Well,
Seen it a lot worse.
yeah, they got plenty of lanes over here.
Yeah. So we're getting close to the bridge.
And then there's an explosive sign there, so if you're using explosives, you cannot go over the bridge. You
Right.
can with explosives.
Right, they don't allow explosives over the bridge. And something we don't haul, so we don't have to worry about it. But anyway, they replaced this bridge. The bridge was here, I don't know, it was one of the oldest, and it was a big bridge. There was actually 2 spans. And they replaced it in the last, I don't know, they've been working on it 4 or 5 years.
I don't know. Seems like forever, but
And it's been
it just
open.
started going this way not too long ago.
It's been open in just the last few years. They made a really nice bridge. It's got twin spans. You can see it coming up the very top of the bridge there. It's a cable-stayed bridge. Pretty neat looking. And I think it's a little over 3 miles long to cross here. We're crossing the Hudson River. And it looks more like a lake.
For those of you who are not as geographically inclined as Jim is,
Is that a
I
word?
had to learn that. I don't think so.
Geographically?
It's a nice adverb
It's
that I
a nice
just
word.
started using.
Yeah. So
Geographically. There you go.
geographically.
Something like that.
So there's the bridge. And we get up here just a little bit further and I'll pan out to the river itself. It's a pretty impressive bridge.
Yeah, I would stay in the right lane, so you can take a gander over that way if you want to. The speed limit over here is only 45.
Right.
But I think it's because they still have the walls that they haven't completely cleared through construction. They haven't completely
Right.
done on this side yet.
As you can see, the Hudson River here is quite wide. It almost looks like a lake. This separates New York from New Jersey when you get on down. I think when we cross, we're still in New York up here. But here's the bridge itself. The big spans that you can see.
Go down to the bathroom. There's a mountain house back there.
You should have stopped. Pretty neat looking bridge. The old bridge the lanes were narrower, and it just sort of gave you a creepy feeling when you grew across it.
Yeah. Now they got 4 lanes. Were there always 4 lanes going across?
I can't remember. I think there was maybe 4 one way and 3 another way.
Yeah, I don't know. You see parts of the old bridge, I think, down here that are still there. Over that way.
Yeah. I think. I can't remember where they're at.
Yeah, I was thinking there was some this way, but maybe they got this all tore out over this way.
It was really neat watching them build this bridge because the old bridge was to the south, which is over to our left, down that way.
Through my head.
Yeah. And so, you know, we got to, over the years, see them put in the big piers that they were putting in for the supports. And it was quite the process. And for a long time, they as soon as they finished this bridge, they started taking down the old bridge. And for the longest time, it was sort of neat because there were 2 bridges here.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. The old bridge is long gone.
Yeah, taking it down. But I don't know about anybody else, but I think that would be one of the scariest jobs out there, working on bridges.
Yeah.
Because you're high up, and then you get the water.
Well, it was sort of neat to see how they were building this. Like each one of the big piers were sort of like an island. So, you know, you had people taking boats. But it was pretty neat.
Around the columns and doing all kinds of stuff.
It's very, very beautiful through here. Especially in the summertime, you know, when everything's green. Right now, everything's sort of brown and not the prettiest looking. But, yeah, this area, New York State is one of my favorite scenic states, I guess, on the East Coast. There's some just beautiful scenery up here. And of course, you're seeing all of it on the right-hand side here. All this beautiful machinery setting here. It's definitely a scenic view.
Yeah, well, I think by now everybody realizes I love the pictures of the waters and take a video of whatever way we go across or we see on our way. It's because I live in the landlocked area of Wyatt.
So we thought we'd do something just a little different today and show you us crossing the bridge. Oh, we're almost going to see an accident in front of us. That would have been fun.
Get away from that wall a little bit.
Now that little car needs to stay away from the wall just a little bit there. Don't really have too much room there.
A little narrow here by the wall.
Tugboat. Right there. So as you can see, they're still working on it. The bridge will be quite a little bit wider once they finally get it done here. I don't know what time frame they're talking about. It'll be several years, I would guess. But it was quite the project. I think this bridge cost over $1 billion that I was reading a while ago. So,
well, I just get to thinking about the George Washington. Eventually, we're going to have to do, and I know they do construction on that. But man, that is, I can't imagine them undertaking that type of project over there over here.
No, it is much more busy in across Manhattan than it is up here. So anyway, we're going to continue on down the road, and we'll deliver tomorrow, and we'll have our vlog probably from tomorrow evening. And then don't forget, we're going to try to start the weekly live videos on Saturday night at 8 o'clock Eastern. If the internet cooperates. We're having a few issues with our internet service provider, but hopefully everything will be worked out for Saturday night. So join us then. You can ask some questions or complain about stuff, and whatever you want to do.
We're there for you.
So for now, we're going to get off here. Hope you enjoyed your little trip across the Tapan Zee Bridge, or the Governor Cuomo Bridge that they call it now. And we'll get on down the highway.
I can do that whole Governor Cuomo
You don't
thing.
think?
No.
We'll just
Tappan Zee was hard enough.
We're going to just keep calling it the Tappan Zee. So, all right, everybody, take care, and we'll catch you all in the next video.
So long, everybody.
Good night.